Welcome back, Truth Seeker.
And intelligent people are taking to this knowledge and they're winning from it. And they're not crying about when they have a bad week. They're not like the trolls who are showcasing, oh, Zach had a bad week 15. It's just like, what kind of fucking loser's doing that? Yeah, let's talk about how we did through almost every damn week this year up to week 15. Let's talk about how we did through almost every damn week this year up to week 15.
Your wish is my command, but be careful what you wish for.
To me, really, the top clue in this game is just that the Bills can win their 5th straight at home versus the Colts in Week 11. That's what jumps out to me the most because, again, I'm always looking for those numbers that have the numerical relationship with the NFL or college week.
Said no. Wrong.
So if Jackson's in, I got to think that's the riddle. I mean, that's so perfect. But if he's not playing, then there's a few things that open up for Chicago. Well, I mean, this is there either way, but if the Ravens lost to the Bears, they'd be 2-5 versus the Bears all time. We know the Ravens like that 25 number, so that's possible.
Said no. Wrong.
But the thing is, if they lose, they'll be 0-9-1, and Browns is 91 in the most simple cipher. 0-9-1 looks a lot like 9-1. The Niners and Jaguars, I think the Niners got this one. They are a favorite on the road. Not crazy value, but I like that Jimmy G can get his 31st win in Week 11, 31 the 11th prime. So, I mean, you can make an argument for Flacco either way, but again, I keep coming back to the fact that the Jets can get that 31st win at home in Week 11 in the 111th game. That stands out to me. And the Jets have some value because they're dogs at home. How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything. Oh, by the way, though, if Carolina does win this week and next week, they're 7-5, and Carolina Panthers is 75 in the most pure. And then they play Atlanta, who likes the number 85. Could get to 8-5 versus Atlanta. So I'm leaning Carolina, though, ultimately, because the Carolina numbers in the game being in Carolina. But then again, I just look at the most surface level thing, and that seems a bit better for the Eagles. Because again, that 5th win of the season, Saints fall into 5-5. The Texans and the Titans, again, 51. Nashville's 51 where the game is, and Houston Texans is 51 in the most pure, like they hosted Super Bowl 51. So I got to imagine the Titans are getting to 5-1 at home here.
Wrong. That is absolutely
wrong.
Proved over and over again.
Wrong.
Okay, the Packers and the Vikings. The Vikings, if they lose this game, will get their 31st home loss in 31st home loss versus the Packers in Week 11. 31 the 11th prime. And that definitely jumps out. How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything. So, Raiders could again stay on 11 losses versus the Bengals in Week 11. If they did win, they'd be 22-11 all time. Those are the master numbers. There's 2 master numbers in numerology. 11 is the master number, and 22 is the master builder number. So, Raiders could get to 22-11 in the 33rd game in Week 11. And again, they'd have slightly more value because they're a slight underdog at home.
Said no. Wrong.
If the Cardinals didn't win, they'd become 9-2. Seattle Seahawks does equal 92. And I do the same kind of strategy. Like, my main bet's on the Cardinals here, just sticking with the 10-2 theory. But the Cowboys and Chiefs, again, watch what happens in tonight's game. Oklahoma State Cowboys are facing Patrick Mahomes' college Texas Tech Red Raiders. Texas Tech comes into the game 6-4, like the Chiefs are 6-4. I think whoever wins that Texas Tech game tonight is the signal for what happens in this game. And if we do see Texas Tech lose and fall to 6-5, remember This will be Mahomes' 65th game, and it's 65 days after his birthday as well. So he could fall to 6-5. Again, I'm leaning San Diego because of the 12, because that's what continues to play on SNF. SNF 12. For this NFL season, we murdered every week. Some weeks even a lot more murder than others, but just killed for this whole NFL season. And for this NFL season, we murdered every week. Some weeks even a lot more murder than others.
Very nice words, but happens to be wrong.
Let's talk about how we did through almost every damn week this year up to week 15. This Steelers-Bengals game, first up. The Steelers come in 5-4 in the win and loss column. And remember, this is the Bengals' 54th season. We've seen quite a few 54s play with the Bengals this year. That number could play in their favor, the Bengals' favor, who are slight favorites at home, a 4.5-point favorite, the over-under at 45. If Joe Burrow were to win this game, he would get to 5-4 at home for his career, again in the Bengals' 54th season. The Bucs and the Colts. The Colts are underdogs at home. They're playing well right now. If they win, they're 7-5. Indianapolis Colts is 75. If the Bucs lose, they're 7-4. And if the Colts did win, they would improve to 9-6 versus the Bucs, which means the Bucs would fall to 6-9 versus the Colts in the 15th game between these teams. Remember, Colts equals 69 and 15.
Wrong.
That is
I noticed that if the Eagles win the next two, they're 7-6. We know about Philadelphia and 76. If the Giants lose the next two, they're 3-9. We know about New York and 39. But yeah, the top clue probably in this game is the Giants falling to 3-8 because Giants is 38.
How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything.
The Panthers and the Dolphins game, if you write out November 28th, it has the gematria of number of the beast. And so does Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers equals number of the beast. We've talked about a number of the beast rituals with the Panthers over the years. If they win, they're 6-6. And of course, number of the beast is 66 in the most pure. If they win, the Dolphins would fall to 4-3 versus the Panthers. And Dolphins is 43 in the most pure. Panthers is also 43.
Wrong.
that is
34 shows up a lot with the Tennessee games, but I do like that it's 84 days after Mac Jones' birthday, and both teams can become 8-4, so I'm leaning towards the Patriots at home. So ultimately, the thing that tips my scales is the Jets can fall to 5-4 versus the Texans. It'd be another 54 ritual with the Texans, or with the Jets, I mean.
Said no.
Wrong.
The Vikings and the Niners can win their 5th straight game. Earlier this year, we liked them to lose their 5th straight game against the Colts, and they did. Now they can win their 5th straight versus the Vikings. Remember, 49ers equals 15, which is the 5th triangular. In the Colts case, Colts, it's also 15. It was on SNF, which is 15. The Chargers and the Broncos. The Chargers can get to 7-4 and 4-1 away. Denver, Colorado's 74. LA 41. Broncos could fall to 5-6. The Chargers are hosting Super Bowl 56. We've seen a number of 56 rituals in games with the Chargers and Rams this year. This would be the latest.
Wrong.
that is absolutely
Wrong.
proved over and over again.
Wrong.
The actual
Browns and Ravens. In the most pure cipher, Baltimore Ravens is 66. The Browns can fall to 6-6. Then the Browns have a bye week next week. Then they play at home versus the Ravens. Their next 2 games are against the Ravens. So they could fall to 6-6. Baltimore Ravens 66. And the Ravens could improve to 8-3. Cleveland Browns 83. Ravens 83. Doesn't look too bad right there on the surface. If Seahawks win, they are 4-7, and so is Washington. We know DC's 47, Seattle's from the 47th parallel. What jumped out to me looking at the QB stats is Heineke. If he lost, he'd be 4-8, and Seahawks is 48, like how the only Super Bowl they won was Super Bowl 48.
Wrong.
That is absolutely
Wrong.
proved over and over again.
Wrong.
I mean, it's been winning. So imagine being the guy who doesn't say anything about all the winning, but then rushes out and uploads a video saying I'm a fraud because I had one bad week. Obviously, who's the real fraud is the person who did that. I mean, it's been winning.
Wrong.
That is
So, Brady has those numbers that stand out with the Falcons in a big way. 239, 119. He probably picks those up. They can get the 13th home loss versus the Cardinals in Week 13 as well, the Bears. NFL's also 13. Battle these old NFL franchises. But yeah, I like the Cardinals getting to 10-2. I think the Vikings get it done against the poor Lions. Vikings can improve to 6-6. Remember, Lions equals 66. Earlier this year, they got beat on the 66-yard field goal, and the coach began to cry. He must have saw the rest of the script.
How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything.
Definitely not a one-way street, but definitely some value with the Seahawks at home, and that 2-4-48 could come home, break their losing streak. But now he can stay on 32 wins in Kansas City. Kansas City's 32 and Chiefs is 32. So ultimately, I like the Sunday Night Football record and the Chiefs making it 6-7 for the home teams with a W. That is what stands out to me about this game, is just looking down the road, how the Patriots could have this perfect road season. This is Mac Jones' 13th game in Week 13. Of course, it's his first season. He could get that 6th away win, right, in Week 13. 13, the 6th prime. The other thing is if the Steelers do win tonight, they would get their 35th all-time win in Week 14. They're currently 34-26 in Week 14. If they win tonight, they'll be 35-26. The Vikings actually come in with a record in Week 14 of 35-24. They could stay on those 35 wins. So I think it looks a bit better for the Steelers.
Wrong.
that is
Ravens, Browns, again, because it's the day leaving 19 days left in the year, and Jackson's 19, and 67 is the 19th prime. I'm leaning towards the Browns going 6-7, and Jackson getting his 19th road win.
Wrong.
that is absolutely
Wrong.
proved over and over again.
Wrong.
The actual
Raiders and Chiefs, I got to assume the Raiders are falling to 6-7 in Kansas City, 67 land on the day leaving 19 days left in the year. Cowboys, Washington's close, but I'm leaning Cowboys because Washington can fall to 6-7. Football team 67, and Dak's got the football team numbers if he wins as well. I think I'm going to wear a cup this time, but I'm going to take the Panthers again because Cam Newton's got the numbers to beat Atlanta. So the thing I worry about is him falling to 5-8 like Huey P. Newton's 58 because he was the 58th quarterback to start in the Super Bowl, but maybe Atlanta falls to 5-8 against him because, again, he's got the numbers to beat Atlanta this week.
Wrong. 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 Wrong.
And the Seahawks and Texans, I think the Seahawks got it here. 3-4 away. Texans 34 with a W. Russell Wilson gets his 46th road win in Houston, 46 land. Saints and Jets, I'm leaning Saints. There are some things that worry me in that game, but I'm leaning Saints because they can get to 6-7. 67 the 19th prime. Saints 19. Giants and Chargers. Again, Chargers win. They get their 8th win here. 19 days left in your 8th prime. I think that's probably where it's at. Niners and Bengals, you look at all the stuff there, it seems a little bit iffy, but I'm riding with the thought that the 49ers will win, and both teams will be 7-6 because San Francisco's 76, and it's their 76th season. And Packers don't have a lot of value, but I think they get it done. Home teams get to 7-7 on SNF, where Green Bay loves 77. And that's that. And then Monday Night Football, last game of the week to look at. I've seen a number of rituals with 112 in the Cardinals Stadium, which is on the 112th Meridian West. And notice if the Cardinals win, they're 11-2, like 112. Again, their coordinates the 112th Meridian West. And then they'd be 4-2 at home, and Arizona's 42. And if the Rams lost, they'd be 4-3 away. And week 14.
Wrong.
That is.
I mean, it's been winning. So imagine being the guy who doesn't say anything about all the winning, but then rushes out and uploads a video saying I'm a fraud because I had one bad week. Obviously, who's the real fraud is the person who did that. If you paid $5 a month for my Patreon, you've been making a lot of money every single month. We decimated football, college and pro, pretty much the whole season. I mean, it's been winning. If this money goes up to $30,000, I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen overnight. We're going to have the building. We're going to have people hired. It's going to make a huge difference. But I am saying we hit 30,000, things will happen. Things will happen, and they'll happen fast, and you'll see it. I'm transparent.
All right, fine. Fine. Here you go. Because this is what it's all about, right? Motherfucking cock-sucking money. Here.
He's just the biggest fucking fraud there is. And I think he might be the biggest fraud out of every human being on the planet. I think he might be number one all time, which is saying a lot. There's a lot of scumbags in Seattle.
Till next time, Truth Seeker.